All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, I'll name this segment later, GTG Spits That Grease. What is, actually, we have a new title, actually, to be honest with you. This is brought to us by Kenneth. Big ups to Kenneth. Welcome to Pulled Pork. So I'll name this segment later, GTG Spits That Grease, Pulled Pork. However you need me to serve it up to you, I've got you. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. And this is going to be, I'm not even sure how many parts there's going to be to this, given that the situation is on and going. So let's talk. So apparently yesterday, which for me would have been the 15th, DSP decided to drop a nuke, and no one really knew what it was, but there was some circumstances that happened that would have given people some pause or concern, aka excitement, depending on how this all goes. Excuse me. What did I mean by that? So apparently, let's see here, Kino Casino dropped like almost a 5-hour stream just catching up with DSP's nonsense, shitting on him, so on and so forth. I heard that was a good watch. I'm going to check that out. Supposedly a detractor or a dent tractor ended up catching some strays over there. People are bringing up the Keemstar situation, which leads me to believe that was probably Duty, but we'll see what that's about when that basically gets flushed out. But supposedly somebody, maybe Duty, caught some strays. Also, just because the writer's room was not lazy, apparently, a detractor by the name of Marked One. You guys have seen him before. He's been on like That Being Said and whatnot. He streams pretty often, or he streams, I should say. I don't know if he streams often, but he streams. Big ups to him. Apparently, he had a stream where he put in some work and he gave a call to the Burnell family homestead and whatnot, basically Gouty Stone, if you will, back in Connecticut. Now, I can't actually tell you what went on because the stream is down. I don't think it's been taken. I don't think it was struck down. I think he may have taken it down on his own. So I don't know what exactly went on as it pertains to, did he even get through? Did he talk to someone? Whatever. I'm not sure. But if he did get through to somebody, then I'm assuming that the Linda Def coin is probably out of the picture if he was able to speak to her or Dave, and he was able to confirm that the two of them are still above ground. If anybody has the link to that, you should be able to lay it down in the comment section. If not, you know what I'm saying, DM me on or fucking tweet it at me or whatever. Or, you know what I'm saying, if you know me, if we're cool on Discord or whatever, shoot it to me there, and I'd love to see it and whatnot and see what came out of that. So you had that situation going on. So we had Kino Casino, we had Marked One. Apparently, well, then also we had Repsion, or Mr. Repsion, but he goes by Repsion. It wasn't DSP supposed to do a collaboration with him for Arc Raiders yesterday? On Thursday, basically. Well, yesterday for me, but this is probably coming out on like Saturday or Sunday. But he was supposed to do a stream with him, right? Or if Repsion was around, he could tag along and whatever. But that's probably not going to be a thing because DSP is already getting paranoid about being carried. So DSP probably already felt a certain type of way about that. So I kind of already figured that wasn't going to happen.
All right. Well, what do we want to do here? We have one run left tonight, basically. One run left. Like, if Repsian wanted to do co-op, I'll do co-op for one run, but I just don't know what the heck we want to do. I have no clue. I'd have to, get a few more healing items, maybe. See about that. It could just be we just do a drop together quick and play and try to get good loot. But I'm a little nervous because I already died once tonight and had to rebuild an anvil from the ground up to 4, and now I don't have enough components to do that again. So I really would prefer to not die. People are saying that the more you team up with someone, it lends to PvP, and that means that you're going to end up doing more PvP, and I really like PvE versus PvP in this. So I am a little nervous that if we do a run, it has to be a good one. I don't die like last time, but instead I actually get some good stuff. No, I don't want people to just drop me stuff. I want to play. Someone just said I could drop you a bunch of good stuff. I don't want you to just drop me items. I actually want to play the game. But I got to get going. This is my last run of the night. I have to go in like 20 minutes, so... No, we're done with Tainted Grail. We're done with that for a while.
So we have some things floating around, okay, at the time. We got some things going around. Now, what ended up happening was DSP decided to respond to Break a Banquet, big ups to them, and which was LowTierGod reacted to another Breaking Banquet video where Wings is basically talking about he's sick. He says his life is shit. He's put all the weight back on, so on and so forth.
This is my original chair, and I bought this as my backup. Can't see it on. I bought this one as my new chair, right? But the issue with this one, there it goes, is like in this seating position right here, it gives me no fucking support whatsoever. And like I got this big fucking bulbous gut here. Right? So like I have to keep my legs spread because I have a big gut. So like turn the lights up a little bit here. So like the padding is here, right, for your legs to support. But my legs sit here and here. So what ends up happening is I have to sit in the chair like this, right, and I lock it in. But I have no support here. So like I have to carry most of my weight the entire time I'm streaming, and it's fucking killing my legs. Whereas this one is supportive all the way through. So when I sit down, I get support no matter where I sit. So like when I sit up from this one, it almost feels like my legs are getting fucked up. It still makes you feel bad, Dr. Zeus. Like nobody wants to be made fun of. No, I've gotten heavier. Like my health has done nothing but go downhill since fat camp. And then I got laid off. Right? Then I got laid off. I never envisioned myself making a career out of this. It's just something I wanted to do because other people were doing it. But then I got laid off and I was on unemployment for like 2 years. So I'm like, I just kept making stuff for my channel. And right at the end of my unemployment, I had just gotten like a machinima contract. And like, I was like, I don't know. I was less than a month away from making real money, but I thought I was 3 to 4 months away from making real money. So like I sold like my boat to give me self-capital because I'd already ran through most of my savings. And because like unemployment ain't shit. It's like $300 a week or some shit like that. $392, I think. So I'd ran through most of my savings and my unemployment. So I sold my boat to give me $10,000 to keep pushing. And when that happened, that's when my channel got partnered. And we started making the machinima money. And that was good money for like 2.5 years. And then like it started to fall off. And then there was like 2 bad years of machinima money. And then I got depressed. And during that major depression, PKA kicked me out. And I was like late 2013, early 2014. And at this point, I got kicked out from machinima in January 2013. And then PKA kicked me off like March 2014. And like, so I just sat there. Like that year, I think I made $9,000 that entire year. I was living off savings again at that point, and I was just in a depression. That depression lasted a long time, from like 2014 till probably about 2018 after the weight loss surgery. There was like 4 years of my life that was just a big, dark, black hole. And then I got the weight loss surgery, and I dropped 130 pounds in 2 months, I was feeling good. I was happy. People were cheering me on. A lot of people came by and donated for me to get the weight loss surgery. And I was doing good. And then the trolling stuff kicked in hard. And like, you know, like I said before, lost the Twitch account, which that fucked me up so badly, man. So badly. Then they took away every other like alternative, right? So I couldn't even do like Twitch without a partnership and take like Stream Elements or stuff because they took that away too. Then they started like throwing false strikes on my YouTube channel. And then at that point it was like, oh, I was straight back into eating at that point. And then like, and then I got married. And marriage picked me up. And Kelly's been my rock for a while. And then we did LowCal Live. Well, the boxing match was in 2013. And we did LowCal Live. And now we're here. What's the next step in my life? Who knows? But after Fat Camp, I was very embarrassed of myself and what I did at Fat Camp. And so it really fucked with my mental health. And I just started eating tremendously bad again. So I've put on like 50 pounds since like March of last year. So I went from like 400 to like 441 right now. So 41 pounds. And like, I don't know. I'd love to take a fishing trip, man, but like I'm not in good. I'm not in a good fit.
What's up?
First, I'm too busy. Not too busy. I'm too heavy to fit in a fucking boat. Like a bass boat's got like a 500-pound weight limit. Me by myself makes that weight limit. I don't know. I'd love to take a fishing trip or something. I don't know. What's up? What's up?
Well, DSP decided to react to that. Well, no, DSP reacted to that situation by another troll by the name of Red Dale. Actually, I have a few videos already in the clip from him, so I'm looking forward to going over that. Big ups to Red Dale. Where Red Dale is basically responding to, where Red Dale has clipped and edited together LowTierGod's responses from his reaction to the Breaking Banquet video in Wings of Redemption. Now,
okay, everybody, hold on. Let me get the music down here. I'm trying to find the right vibe of music here. Let's see. I had it on this, but then this ended up being like kind of crazy. Let's see what this sounds like now. Oh. Oh. All right, maybe we'll go with this. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we should get started. All right, and let me lay into the premise of what we're doing here this afternoon. All right, definitely a little different, although certainly it's not something that's a first time for me. All right, as you know, as of late, my content has focused incredibly heavily on gaming. Gameplay streams, chill vibes, interactive streaming with my audience and the like. And I think that's a good thing. I do. I think that we've done well, right? The streams have been doing great. Variety of content. This year, particularly in 2026, we're doing more different games, indie games and stuff. It's working. Like, I'm really liking what we're doing right now. All right? But last night, something popped into my feed, let's say. Something that I was actually blown away at this, okay? And I stared at it, and when I saw it pop into my feed, I said, what the hell is this? Like, this can't be real. This is probably, like, fake. It's edited or something, right? And so I started to watch it, and I was like, this is real. And basically, I started to skim through it. And as I skimmed through this, I realized this was something that, like, was too good to pass up. This was something that absolutely I knew was something that I could add something to in a constructive way, in an interesting, informative way. All right? As you know, over the years, I have reacted to content. I mean, for 2 years, I actually had a show called DSP versus the Internet, where every single week I had an entire stream where I just reacted to things that were submitted by my viewers. All right? And we talked about a variety of content. We did. And the show did all right. All right, at first, first 6 to 8 months actually did really well. What happened is, we kind of got the same people every week submitting the clips. It got repetitive, and the show failed after a while. And I said, well, let's move on and, get back to what I'm good at. Basically gaming. However, what's happened is that over the last year, I've basically not done any kind of reacting content whatsoever. I've stayed away from it for the most part. And most of my viewers are like, that's cool, but there are people who from time to time come back and say, Phil, when are you going to do it again? Like, you were good at it, we liked it. It sucks you don't do it anymore. Will you come back and react to a big documentary? Will you react to this, big drama thing that's going on? And for the most part, I was like, maybe I'll come back and do it at some point. But, we're doing good with gameplay or whatever, so I don't know why I would want to really rock the boat or whatever. But this week, I found myself in a particularly unique situation. Number one, I had scheduled 3 streams of Arc Raiders, and the second stream didn't even do that well. And I was like, oh, if I do a third stream, this is probably not going to go very well. Like, really, this probably is going to fail. All right? Like, I think this stream will be slow. People will complain. Why are you doing this again? People are just not going to particularly be very interested. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I'm not actually kidding you when I tell you this particular video popped up randomly in my feed unprompted. I thought it was fake. All right? I really did. And then I hit play like, no, it's real. This is interesting. And I didn't watch, for the record, I have not watched the whole thing. I skimmed through it and played on certain parts to see what was in it. And when every part I heard, I was like, that's something I could say something good on. That's something I could add something to or I could comment on. I got that bug back. You know what I'm saying? I got that bug back to say, this is something that I want to do. I want to comment on something today, which I never do. Again, every other content creator does this. I really don't. I just do gameplay. I want to do something different today. All right? Let's see how this goes. Now, obviously, you're going to have people on the internet who are going to have opinions about this. I don't care. You can say whatever you want. Yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion. All right? I have the right to do any kind of content that I want. If I feel like something is fun or different or interesting or variety or I can add something, I'm going to do it. I have the right to do it. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. Oh, but I thought Phil just does gameplay now. Well, yeah, I do. But hey, if something presents itself, something unique, something different is going on, and I want to comment on it, I'm going to comment on it. I have the right to do that. Now, I'm not going to do it always like I just did today. Like, for example, I dropped everything. I said, I want to do this afternoon for variety content. And I thought that this would be a good piece of content to put out. Some people might find it that way, and others might disagree. And that's okay. Again, that's your prerogative to decide for yourself if this is the kind of thing that you want to see from me or not. In fact, I would go as far to say, share your opinion on what I'm about to do on this stream. I want to know what you think. Do you like this? Do you not? Is this something that you would like more of in the future? Do you not like this at all? Do you want me to just stick to games? All right? Ready? Because we're about to get started. Ready for this? I hope so. Actually, hold on. For me to do this properly, I got to move all my equipment over as well. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. And by the way, for the record, this is an interactive stream. 100%. You contribute, I'm going to shout you out, I'm going to react to your reaction. You ask me a question, I'm going to respond to it live. This is not just me doing commentary on this. This is a 100% interactive stream. I want the audience to be a part of the content here. It's not just me talking to a video and reacting to it. This is us hanging out, okay? So there you go, just so you know. Live shoutouts and everything, yes, absolutely. Okay, let me just get my monitor into position here. And yes, aliens are attacking. That's what you're hearing right now. Hold on. Actually, I don't know what this music is. I put it on supposed to be dark, ominous music. This is what it plays. That's what happens when you rely on AI, right? You never know what you're gonna get. Let's do some AI music today. Oh, what the hell is this? Right? Okay. So now I can go between from here, right? And I can just go like this and talk. And I can swing back over here and I can swing back and forth. So this will work, I think, right? Cool. All right, folks. Well, here we go. You ready for this? All right. Well, folks. Now, hold on. Before you say a word, it's actually not what you think it is. This is why this is going to be very unique. Okay? This is actually why this is going to be different than what you were expecting. Because you think, oh, look at this. What is this? Phil never does this. Right? This guy is the guy here who does this all the time. Literally half his streams just sitting there talking to other content or whatever. Right? But it's not actually what you think. Are you ready for this? This is why I feel this is unique. And this is something that I wanted to do today. So, in an incredibly rare occurrence, recently, streamer LTG, LowTierGod, was on his stream, and someone presented to him a detractor video of Wings of Redemption, made by Wings of Redemption detractor Breaking Banquet. Okay? So LTG commented on the detractor video of Wings of Redemption. When he did that, all of his detractors jumped on that and made detractor videos of him reacting to a detractor video of Wings. So this is like total inception, like streamer inception here. The original creator, the detractor video, the person commentating on it, then the detractor video on it, and now I'm commentating on that video. Now, if this isn't just a sick symptom of the whole YouTube system, I don't know what is. This is revolting, is it not? Like people just regurgitating the same crap over and over. It's complete trash. Well, now it's my time to try it. Right? Seriously. It's time for me to try it and see how it goes. All right? And you might say, well, why today? Why this particular content? Why? You know what I'm saying? It's this simple. Because these are two guys who I've had interactions with, who I have relation to, and who I have insight into. Because what we're going to do is go through this video, and I'm going to analyze the different aspects of the videos, the detractor aspects of each. I'm going to tell you about the actual stories behind both of these guys in these videos, so you actually know the full story. And I'm going to tell you my take on what's being said in these videos, both Wings and LTG. Okay? So you may be excited for this. Maybe, whoa, this is some completely out of, I never expected this, out of left field from Phil. You're right. I wasn't planning on doing it. And then it's like the stars align. The video shows up in my feed. I'm like, what is this? I never would have expected that it actually would have been like, oh, you know what I got to do? I got to change pop-ups because they're going to block LTG. Look at that. Oh, that would be horrible. Can you imagine if LTG got blocked by the pop-ups? Oh, man, how would we get through the stream without seeing this man's face, right? Anyway, so are we ready? We ready for this? I don't know if I'm ready for this. All right. Let me do a couple of shout outs. Like I said, this will be an interactive stream. Okay. So let's do some shout outs. We've got.
I honestly, that wasn't on my list of things that this whole nuke thing was going to be about. I didn't think DSP was going to go that route, but it makes sense because it's two birds with one stone. He has two lovers out here in this one-sided quarrel, if you will, or lover spat. And he thought, oh, well, someone else had already put in the work. I have a buffer because if you think about the way DSP would think about it, I have degrees of separation. I'm watching a Red Dale video, which is watching a Breaking Banquet video, which is a response, or which is basically clipping LTG stream. So LTG can't come at me, right? So I think that's what his thought process is. I know that seems deep, and DSP is certainly not a deep thinker, but I think that's actually what he was thinking about. But also, he was ducking. It gave him a really good reason to duck the Repsion situation because he doesn't really want to deal with Repsion at the moment because he's paranoid, because he believes that Repsion is going to try to get him to an interview or he's going to troll him or whatever. On top of that, Repzion is a troll, as well as he is a drama whore, and he always has been. So he probably doesn't see any value in that. Matter of fact, I am told that there's a clip out there that DSP did like the day before, where he said that the dude doesn't have any clout. What's in it for me? So if I can get that edited in here somewhere, I will. If I can find it. So he's already discarded Repzion. He's already pushed him to the side. You're not useful to me. I just came off of the Asmongold situation. Your pittance and whatnot compared to what I could get now that I've had it so good.
In addition, can we be honest here? Let's be honest together. Have I gotten any kind of a massive attention boost, popularity boost, positivity in regards to doing 2 team-ups with Repzion? No. I don't think the guy has that kind of clout. I don't think that guy has that kind of attention on himself, that because I'm doing gameplay with this guy that all of a sudden he gets a boost or I get a boost or anything like that. Has it been fun? Yes. To learn more about Arc Raiders at an accelerated rate? Yes, absolutely. That's been fun as heck, I would say. I didn't know how to take down a Bastion. Now I do. I didn't know about the secrets in Stellamontis. So, you know. So here's the thing, and I guess this is what I have to propose to all of you, okay?
Hold that, because that's obviously not true. And if DSP really wanted to leave the drama sphere and go into gaming content, you've got somebody here who does want to game with you. He said he wanted to play Street Fighter with you for $50 and like a Chili's gift card, which is a good look. If you be honest with you, Phil, you should have just taken the Chili's gift card. On top of that, DSP didn't recognize that was a backhanded smack. Let me explain. So Repzion said he'll play you for $50 and he'll put up a Chili's gift card. DSP does DSP tries it. DSP is basically addicted to DoorDash and his heavy-setted wife. Damn, Phil, you didn't recognize any of that shit? None of that shit clicked with you when he said a gift card to a restaurant? Wow. Okay, anyway, it's all right. Some people just move a little too slow. So you have that situation. Also, the last time that they played Arc Raiders, they had taken down one of the large machines in there, and DSP literally didn't do shit. You put out 3 shots, they all probably missed, and Repzion had to carry the day, basically.
There is a Bastion.
I hear it.
Did you say that you can get that cores or no?
I need them eventually. It's not like a big priority or anything, but I don't know if I'll be able to help you take one out, honestly.
Alright, look, I think we can do this. Follow me. I'll show you the technique here.
Let me get some stuff in my safe pocket. Hold on. Oh, I can't put oh, that's right. You can't put guns in a safe pocket. Shit. Alright, let's do this. And let's just do this. Oh, actually, this. I need these right away. Okay. Alright.
We're just gonna break some loads. There's only one way down. So, we have an anvil. It takes there's a tube thingy down here.
Ah.
You blow off the leg, you can blow off the armor, and then you can just take some anvil shots, and then just put a dead mine on it, and it'll just put the Bastion for 6 seconds.
What's he doing? Oh, God. Oh, wow. Look at this. Damn. That thing's fast. Damn, you killed it. Holy shit. How'd you... So it instantly dies if you stun it?
If you put a mine on it, yeah.
Wow. Let's see.
You gotta help me next time a little bit. Take a few shots or something.
Yeah, I took a few shots on its leg when it was down.
That makes a whole lot of sense on, yet again, why DSP wouldn't want to do that, because the getting carried situation is a wings thing. You know, being carried the diamond and so on and so forth. DSP doesn't want to be associated with that. So Repsion doesn't have any clout. Repsion is obviously too good at Arc Raiders. Hell, who knows how good Repsion is at Street Fighter 6, and DSP don't want that, given the ass kicking he ain't taken from Raw Phil the other night. Sorry, Raw Phil, I didn't recognize the name. My bad, man. So my apologies on that one. But you know what I'm saying, Raw Phil, and as expected, and handed DSP his ass with that fucking beautiful British pound cake. So there you go on that. So there's problems there. So Repsion's gonna be out.
Sonic Swag did $2 as incoming Cami Mafia. We'll see. I don't know. Alrighty, everybody. This is it. The big return to Street Fighter. Let's see how this goes. Cammy right off the bat, of course. Perfect parry. What? No, something's up here. What? What? Something's up here. She perfect parried that? No, she didn't. We might have a cheater right off the bat, I think. Drive rush through standing medium? I didn't do anything. I did EX upper, nothing. Yeah. We have a cheater. 100%. First match is a cheater. 100% first match is a cheater. So go fuck yourself. 100% first match is a blatant cheater. You're perfect parrying me? From a neutral jump random kick, you're perfect parrying me. No, you're not. I tell you right now, that guy's a cheater. Yeah, I'm gonna block him. 100% that guy's scripting. I'm telling you right now, I can tell just from the get-go, because last night I played one test match against a Chun-Li, and they were a decent Chun-Li. That was 100% a cheater. So how do I block someone in this game? As it pertains to the thing with Marked 1, big ups, and whatever his stream was and whatever came out of that, well, DSP is going to want to deflect that. He's not going to be a man and stand on business and be like, yo, I don't appreciate you fucking assholes calling my parents on some silly ass shit. Nah, he's not going to do that. He's a coward. He don't give a fuck about them, so fuck them. So, you know, Dave and Linda just get thrown off into the ether, which yet again, what is it that I try to tell y'all, class? Linda should have swallowed, Dave should have pulled out. Could have avoided all this. Womp womp. Then as it pertains to our third situation, which was with Kino Casino, DSP definitely doesn't want no parts in that. He doesn't have any allies. He has no one that he can lean on, or he has no one who is big enough as an anti-Kino Casino detractor, or who's anti-Kino Casino, let's say that. He doesn't have anybody who's anti-Kino Casino that he can link up with, really leech off of, to go at them. So he has to basically eat that shit. Even if they were taking Kino Casino, even if Kino Casino was taking shots at a dent tractor or a detractor, even then DSP is not going to look at that as enough or enticing enough to go at that. So rip to that, and you know, whatever. Now let's get to this reaction bullshit. Jesus Christ, Phil. Okay, first off, this was a trap, and I'm not saying this was a trap that was purposely put out by Breaking Banquet or Red Dale, because neither one of those guys are thinking about DSP. Why would they? The trap is the fact that they put out something that was so enticing that it completely and utterly breaks DSP's moral code, right? Or his the value that he has for his so-called community and whatever other bullshit he likes to throw out there. That flung all of that to the trash for what he felt was going to be an easy win. Let's look at DSP's circumstances, right? Before this stream came up, he was on like a 3 or 4 stream tip goal streak, right? He had missed like 3 or 4 of them.
supposedly the stream right before this one though, someone came in and played Captain Save-A-Ho, or they almost played Captain Save-A-Ho, whatever. The point is, he had missed like the goal for 3 or 4 streaks. I know goals don't exist, but let's be honest. If DSP is breathing, he's lying. So it is what it is. There was a goal. So he has that. Repsion thing isn't going to work. He doesn't have any prospects. I'm sure he's still in Asmongold's fucking DMs, hoping for something to come out of that shit, which isn't going to, I don't think.
You know, I would say the one thing I'm kind of interested in, if Asmongold decides to do his podcast, that's gaming related topics and stuff, I would love to be on that show. But outside of that, I'm not looking to do any interviews about my personal life, drama, or anything like that. That's, you know, I'm doing good. Why would I want to invite that kind of attention again? You know what I'm saying?
So he needs something. On top of the fact that DSP has another monkey on his shoulder, as well as the gambling habit, the alcoholism, and all the other bullshit. He has a monkey on his shoulder saying that, hey, we need to do something that will get us that those $3,000 in one stream that we don't need Kino Casino to do. But DSP said he wasn't going to do drama content. He said he could, and he said he'd be really good at it, but he said he wasn't going to do that. He wanted to go back to making meaningful content. So he's gone back on that welch, or he's welched on that deal. Then I think by him doing this, he thought, oh, well, I can do what Kino Casino does. You know what I'm saying? I can just do it on my own. Going back to, oh, I can do drama content like everybody else. And he went for what was low-hanging fruit. You had one lol cow talking about another lol cow who damn near has both feet in the grave at this particular point, and he thought he could eat off both of them. Let's get into that part. It's very clear from what little I've seen that DSP, he's defending Wings while low-key backhoofing him. And he's also trying to show LTG that, yo, I'm not scared of you, whatever, I don't really need you, but you should do something with me. I am your equal, even though DSP makes it seem like he's above both of them. So it's almost like he's trying to bring himself down to show that him and Dale theoretically should be on the same level, while also trying to throw a lifeline to Wings, or trying to defend Wings and keep his ass in pocket. Which is funny because DSP gave up on Wings when the Asmongold stimulus package was made available. Now you went back to the safety blanket. Oh wow, it's like that's something that I said he was going to do, and he ended up doing. Imagine that.
So I guess this video
of course,
is showing what he...
everyone in the chat's like, well, all his negative stuff, like how to avoid child support payments, how to take out a mortgage with your best friend and act like you did it yourself. I know, these are all the detractor memes this guy has around him constantly, that circle around him and he can't avoid. He never disproves them. He just says they're not true, but then he never disproves them either. Like for me, a lot of the stuff around me was basically based on like a factoid of truth that, you know, yeah, did I play mobile games? Sure I did. You know, of course I did. Not to the extent that people say I did, but I absolutely did. And now, you know, I've moved on from that. I've improved. But this guy just like, no, I don't have a daughter. No, I didn't take out a mortgage with another guy, but we have all the paperwork. We see right now, you could go on a website. We could see it says that you owe back pay for this child support. You're not paying it. Like it's in black and white. We could see it. It's not like, oh, it's a lie. Like it's there. No. Let's get some advice from this guy though, right? This is the kind of guy that I definitely need some life-changing, you know, factoids about how to behave myself as a streamer. I'm really going to learn. At least I'll learn how to, one thing, maybe I can figure out how to say that I have 3,000 subs that don't exist and fake it. I don't know.
He's been up to recently. I know he had a fight with Boogie about, what was that, a couple of years ago or something like that. That's where I thought he was going to reinvent himself and like everything was going to change. And not sure what happened. So let's see what happens here.
All right, so now he's about to press play on the detractor video of Wings, and the Wings video has an intro itself. So we've seen his intro. Now we're going to see the Wings detractor intro.
Heavier. My health has done nothing but
Oh,
go
it skipped
downhill.
it? Never mind, because there is an intro. Oh, let's see.
I barely could take care of myself right now. I'm sure people make fun of me and put me on live stream fails and everything else. Still makes you feel bad. Nobody wants to be made fun of.
Here it is. Okay.
And they got a whole intro. Damn, a whole Breaking Bad intro.
Yes.
What is so bad about Wings that people just bother him? Like, is it just because he's fat?
This will be fascinating because apparently, like, LTG doesn't know anything about Wings at all, even though he interviewed him 3 years ago. So he's actually going to legitimately ask, like, you know, what is it? But the funny part I find about this, he's like, wow, there's a whole Breaking Bad intro. Like, dude, we just watched the intro to your detractors, and it was just as good, if not better. Like, he doesn't even know that. Like, I know all my detractors have their intros and their stupid shit that they do in their videos, too. That's how elaborate the hate culture on YouTube has gotten, to the point where, like, it's like a product that you put out every day, whether it's true or not, whether it's regurgitated crap that you made up or whether it's truthful to something that happened. You put out that product every day, you get the views, you get the money. So it really is just like an episodic show. Like, what's the next episode of that anime that I'm watching? Oh, here it is. It's the new Branky Banquet with the big intro and shit, you know? But that's just crazy that he doesn't even know. Like, we just watched his own detractors intro. That's crazy good. And now he's like, oh, there's an intro? This guy really lives in, like, this weird bubble of isolation where he doesn't know anything about anything around him, I guess, right?
Like, why tease a guy just because he's big every day?
Yeah, he
like,
really doesn't know.
What is the point?
He doesn't, you know, he doesn't watch Wings. He doesn't understand.
Lore?
He doesn't know where his detractors are, like, the points they're making and stuff. But I think they'll get to that.
What kind?
Say my name.
Breaking Banquet.
You're goddamn right.
You're goddamn right.
Well,
That's
me,
great.
it's because I'm good looking. And everybody that makes videos about me are ugly fucks. There's a difference.
What? What did he just say? Wait a minute. What did he just say?
And everybody that...
I got to hear that again. I missed it.
Damn right.
Well, me, it's because I'm good looking. And everybody that makes videos about me are ugly fucks. There's a difference.
Press X to doubt that every person who makes a video about LTG makes a video about him because he's good looking. That's what he just said. Now, I don't know if he's joking or he actually believes that. But to say that on your stream in public in front of your audience is like, what? What did he just say? Like, are you insane?
But me, it's like, as far as Wings goes, I don't really understand what the obsession is when it comes to him. Me, I get it. I'm good looking. Men are obsessed with me. People are zesty. You know, men are hyper focused on me, so on and so forth.
People are zesty. That's what it is. People are zesty. So he thinks that a bunch of gay guys on the internet are obsessed with him. And that's why they clip him. No, the reason that they clip LTG is because they make money. Get it? Like, they clip him, they upload, and they make money because they're getting, on average, I've seen like maybe around like a few thousand, all the way upwards of 20, 30,000 views a video. And they're putting out at least a video a day. So even the low-end person is probably making a few hundred to 1,000 in a month. The high-end person, like the Red Dales, who are putting like 20K plus video views a day, they're probably making thousands. No exaggeration. They're probably like that 20K video, you probably make around 40, 50 bucks on it within the first 24 hours, and then any residuals of someone who watches it after. And if you're putting out one a day, think about that. So they're making bank. That's why they're putting the videos out, right? It's a business for them. They found a monetizable way to easily pump out a content mill. You're the subject matter. It works. So they're going to keep making said content. It's not because of your looks. It's not because people are gay and obsessed with you. It's just because they make money doing it. That's why they all do it. That's why everyone, in the modern day, that's why everyone really has detractors, okay? Back in the day, it was different. Back in the day, the detractor business was not profitable. It was more about actually just, I don't like someone and I'm trying to defame them and I'm trying to bring them down. In some cases, I even believe there was the ability to, like, maybe we can make this person see the error of their ways. Maybe they'll improve. And to be honest, I've talked about this. My old detractors, called the Sons of Kojima, did this to me, and I ignored them. And in a lot of cases, they had good points. Not all cases, but in a lot of cases, they had good points about me and my methodology as a creator, my ego, all these things that definitely needed to improve over the years. But the Sons of Kojima never monetized. They actually had a staunch anti-monetization policy. All the detractors today, they're doing it for the money. It's very easy to figure out. If YouTube didn't allow monetization of this content, they wouldn't be pumping it out like a content mill like they do. So the reason is because your actions, LTG, have attracted a group of people, okay, who realize that by analyzing the things you say and do, that they can find hypocrisy, that they can find contradictions, and that they can find moments of memeability. And that is bankable. And so they make content on you. Okay? That's why. Now, it's the same thing that happens to me. It's the same thing that happens to Wings. And it's the same thing that happens to a whole bunch of people on the internet. But I don't know why he's so confused. Like, I know why it happens to me. I get it. Like, I understand it. I maybe not agree with it. And I think that a lot of it is definitely half-truths or very gross exaggerations to twist the truth to try to make a narrative that's not true, to be over-dramatic and to get views, right? But this guy doesn't get it at all. He actually thinks people just have, like, oh, it's because they're gay for me, or, but, you know, no. And the fact, again, if this is the truth, that's what he believes. Do you see how egotistical he is? He actually then if that's the case, okay, LTG, people only make videos about you because they're gay for you, right? Well, they make videos about me every day. Do you think that they're all gay for me too? I don't think so. Do you think people are gay for Wings? No. So what are you even saying? Like, all he has to do is a simple comparison, and it just disproves the logic. What he's saying is just stupid, right? I got a $5 tip from someone saying, great morning, DSP, don't hold back. It's going to be interesting to go through this and, again, to see the reaction to it. Again, this is not something that I normally do, but I saw this pop up again in my recommendeds, and I was like, this is something that I want to see how this goes. There's things that I wanted to get off my chest for a long time, particularly. I think that this is a good opportunity to be able to do that and to commentate on this and react to something that normally I wouldn't do. So thank you for that. And everyone, if you're enjoying this so far, let me know. Please support the content. All right? I am doing live shout-outs. I understand a lot of people are just sitting here. They want to hear what I have to say. But, you know, contributions appreciated, support appreciated for the stream today. We got great attendance. It's probably all fake, but, you know, it is what it is. All right. And for the record, we're going to do this for another 10, 15 minutes, and I'm going to go on a break, but then we're going to come back. We're going to go through this whole video. Okay? All right, here we go.
The wing shit.
So now he's trying to play both sides of the field, and he failed miserably. The lolcows actively have a history of fucking up reactions when it comes to other lolcows. This is something like history has proven this. One of the best examples I can give you is Girl World. You see that Amber Lynn Reed and Foodie Beauty have tried to react to their trolls at one time or another, and it always flops. Amber gets caught up in a lie that she didn't see coming because she didn't proof watch the fucking video ahead of time. And Foodie just doesn't have any personality. She's a rage pig. That's all she's ever been. That's all she'll ever will be, I should say. Speaking of which, I installed that fucking 2-minute sex tape. I wish I hadn't. Jesus Christ, I wish I hadn't. I saw that little, it wasn't even 2 minutes. It was like a minute and something, I guess. I think the audio was like 2 minutes. I saw that shit. That's Foodie Beauty. That's Foodie for sure. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen her naked, thank God. But I recognize the hump on that back, on her upper back though. That's her. And the fucking thinning hair and shit. It's very clear that's her from the back. Ooh. Anyway, but that was her. So it is what it is on that. And it's very clear that's her. So anyway, the two of them have tried to react to troll content. DSP has too, theoretically. It doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work. The circus animal doesn't get to turn around and try to criticize other circus animals. You know, it doesn't work that way. You're all clowns. You know what I'm saying? And one clown doesn't get to criticize the other. You're all clowns. All your makeups are terrible. All your acts are shit. It is what it is. Eat it. Eat it. So there's that situation. He embarrassed himself, to be honest with you. Having gone through the whole fucking, the raw stream is probably like 4 hours plus. I will do that though. I do plan to do that. But it's terrible. It's really, really bad. It's a lot of, and first, this is coming from someone who overly explained shit too. It was really bad. It was really poor in that it's like riding the beat. Like if any of you guys who rap, it's like riding a beat. You know what I'm saying? And DSP could have let the video do the heavy lifting, but he wanted to show how informed and in the know that he is, because that's what DSP is, because he's an egotistical piece of shit, that he ends up turning it into a bunch of bloat. But that's not the only thing. He ends up exposing himself. Mr. I'm married, I have a great life, I have a great wife. When I'm not in the office, I'm hanging out with my family, this, that, bullshit. Bullshit. You and Kat don't sleep in the same room. At night, at between 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock, you're watching troll content, not only your own shit, but you're watching Wings' shit and you're watching LTG shit and you're absorbing all of that. And you've been doing that for a while. Also, and I want to be clear about this, DSP has been on LTG's neck since like 2016. You know what I'm saying? Now he's been ramping up his aggression over the last few years, but he's been on LTG's neck wanting to play him since like 2016, since the Kenny Omega situation, where DSP tried to get Kenny Omega to play him. Kenny was like, no, and then he tried to use LTG as his backup. So anyway, there's that situation there. I want to say it's 2016. It could be 2018, but I'm pretty sure it's 2016. So there's that. He's been chasing him for a while. So DSP is up there obsessing about these other two men, and he's trying to figure out a way to either bully them or challenge them into basically talking to him. Now, if I had to guess, and that's if DMs get leaked or people put out DMs, we'll see. I haven't seen Wings do it yet, unless he does it by accident. And depending on how LowTierGod decides to choose to go about this shit, we'll see what's what. I would assume he's a bitch in their DMs. I would assume. And with that being said, let's jump back over to Wings for a minute. That might explain a lot of Wings' depression that you're seeing currently. Not all of it, because Wings is just a useless piece of shit. The reality is that he's beaten down. He's beaten down that Keem wants his ass to go back to LolCal because LolCal is floundering and shit, especially since Keem failed to secure the bag with FFG. So he's probably pretty mad about that bullshit. That's all girl world stuff. That's a whole nother thing to talk about later. That situation with Wings and Kelly don't look good. It looks like that shit's falling apart. And if Kelly had better prospects, she would have been up. She would have already been left. She'd have already been gone. So Wings obviously is very apparent to that. And then you got DSP in your fucking DMs, because as far as I know, Wings hasn't blocked him. And unlike LTG did. So now you got fucking DSP in your fucking DMs every couple of days or even a couple of weeks harassing you to come onto his fucking podcast. Talking about how we have great chemistry and people want to see this and what's going on. You're not over there on LolCal, so why don't you jump into bed with me and all this? It's kind of gay. Kind of just gay shit, to be honest with you. So I would assume that helped contribute a little bit to Wings' bullshit. As for DSP as a whole, you lost. You failed miserably. And I get it. You don't have any games that are hitting right now. You can't get anybody to talk to you. You went spend all this money on as if this was like the Gouty home shopping network on a bunch of bullshit that's going to go into the fucking closet anyway. You know what I'm saying? With your manhood, by the way, or at least whatever little bit you had. So you're desperate. And so you went ahead and went at fucking Wings and LTG because you looked at them being desperate. You looked at it as it was an opportunity. Now, DSP's trying to spin it and act like he's feeding the trolls. This is how it works. He's just contributing to the system. Sounds like hope. It sounds like hope, because my understanding is the audience wasn't really receptive to it. The people who were saying, yeah, do more of it, are clearly trolls. Everybody else didn't give a shit. You barely made any money off of it. Even if he did play a game that night or that day, he probably was barely going to make any money off of it. He failed. He ducked 2 responsibilities: standing up for his parents or whatever that situation happened on that one phone call, and trying to defend himself against Kino Casino. He ducked both of those responsibilities. He ducked that. The Repsion situation, hey, just be a man and say, hey, you know what? I'm not really interested in collaborating right now. I appreciate it and move on. Could have been a man and just told him that. But you wanted to go ahead and sidestep that bullshit. And then you're probably now going to probably be a bit more receptive to Repsion at this point. Which is ironic, now that I think about it, because Burnt Peanut in the last like day or so said that if he got hacked, he ran into some hackers, let's say that. He ran into some hackers on the last stream or even the stream before that. And there's a clip of it on Twitter. I'll see if I can find it, where he basically is telling the Arc Raider devs, hey, either fix this shit or I'm not playing anymore.
See, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna make a formal thing. Inbox, fix this, or like I'm fucking out of here. Holy shit, I'm actually out of here. Like, give us something, or I'm actually out of here. This is ridiculous.
Dude, yeah, the cheating problem has been fucking insane, man.
If those guys are not IP banned from this game, I genuinely don't think I'm gonna play it. I don't think I'm gonna play it.
I'm tired of running into the same hackers over and over and over again. Fix this shit or I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's some clips on Reddit of Doc saying the same thing, a few other people as well. But Burnt Peanut is kind of like one of the biggest guys, if not the biggest guy, who's playing Arc Raiders right now. Or he's the one with the most juice. Peanut oil, let's say that. He's the one with the most peanut oil. And he's like, yo, you don't fix this shit, I'm out. I'm gonna play other games. And Arc Raiders can't really afford that because he's Burnt Peanut and the people that he's collaborating with, are publicity. And they can't afford to lose that right now by having one of the biggest streamers who play their game bouncing. So DSP wanting to, basically shoo off Repzion, and now he's gonna probably go back and beg to him, is probably poorly advised, and it's certainly poorly timed. But we'll see what's what.
Better than maybe teaming up with someone like Repzion in a game like Arc Raiders, right? Would work out. Maybe I'd actually do way better and I'd learn and I'd improve my gameplay and all of that. At the same time, that's not legitimately learning the game either. That's just literally being carried and getting an accelerated tutoring, right? Getting coached essentially into knowing how to play the game better. Is that a better way to go about it? I don't know. It's not that people were complaining about what I was doing at all in Arc Raiders. People seem to be enjoying it. And to be honest, yeah, when this guy shows up and he's like, oh, I want to do co-op, it seems like that's all anyone starts talking about. Instead of it being me doing a run or, oh, you got to do the co-op. You got to team up with this guy, do the co-op, right? So here's the thing. Tomorrow, I don't know what's going to happen. I might play Arc Raiders and the guy never shows up and that's fine. I just do a normal stream. Or he might show up and want to do co-op, and now what do? Do I keep playing co-op and get my hand held? I don't know, right? Now, here's the other thing, too.
As a whole, with this whole situation, this was just a dumb idea. Like, it was poorly planned. It was a reactionary type of situation to either try to wrestle control from Kino Casino, from the Marked One, from the situation with Repzion. It's almost like he was trying to wrestle control of the situation. He was trying to take back control, if you will, of the situation, and he failed miserably. And he's made things even worse for himself. And then more importantly than that, as it pertains to the Repzion situation, he's going to have to really explain himself later on, because now, people can say, well, wait a second. You said you were too good to do the drama content. You didn't want to do that anymore. You tried to do drama content. At the same time, you got a guy here, despite what his motives are, is talking about gaming with you, playing games. And all you did was make excuses and all this other bullshit. While also saying that, hey, I don't really need anybody right now. I'm good. I'm doing fine, this, that, and the third, but we're not hitting stream goals. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's fucked himself on multiple fronts. And he can't really get out. And now all of his detractors, trolls, haters, and critics are going to eat. And they're going to eat well. And he really can't say shit about it. And then on top of that...
Can we be honest here? No one here is stupid. We know that there's some underlying reason the guy's doing it. And it's not because it's the kindness of his own heart and the guy all of a sudden mysteriously got turned on to me and my content and he likes me now and he wants to help me game. I mean, originally he challenged me on Friday for a $50 match in Street Fighter 6. What gives about that? The guy isn't a competitive fighting game player. So what made him want to do that? That doesn't seem to make sense, does it? Now all of a sudden he's actually good at Arc Raiders and he decides that he wants to play Arc Raiders with me all the time and help me out in it. Let's be honest, it's suspect. Okay? It's suspect. Right? Is it not? Now, here's the funny part about all of this, because some people are saying things like, well, the reason that he's doing this is because he's working on trying to snake you. He's going to try to ask you for an interview. He's going to try to get in with you to get insider information. Right now, there's conspiracy theorists in the Kick chat saying, he's working with Kino Casino. He's secretly working with Keemstar. They're all trying to get stuff on you, Phil. They're all working against you. Listen, I've been through a lot in all the time that I've been a YouTuber and a creator. I'm not going to rule it out, all right? But at the very same time, there has been absolutely zero discussion about anything whatsoever outside of just doing some co-op in a game. Zero. He has not said a word to me behind the scenes about anything, okay? Right now, if he were to say to me, hey, you want to do an interview? You know what I would say? No. I have no desire to do an interview. I'm good. I'm making content. I'm doing good for myself. I want to keep making said content. I have no desire to do any kind of an interview right now. What do you guys think? Right now, I don't see any harm whatsoever in just doing co-op with a guy, but also I don't want it to become too dominant of the content. Like, let's say, for example, tomorrow, I boot up Arc Raiders and he shows up and he goes, I want to do co-op. Maybe I'll do a couple drops with him, but like, I don't want the whole stream for me to be co-op with this guy. Because again, every time I play with him, I'm getting my hand held. So I don't want it to be, oh, Phil gets guided through a 3-hour stream of Arc Raiders. I honestly think that would be boring as tears. You want to see me play for myself, legitimately get loot, earn it, struggle to get it, right? Yesterday's stream was a good one because I had 3 amazing quick runs, and then all of a sudden, I got screwed. The game got me, the Bombardier or whatever it's called, destroyed me, and I lost weapons and stuff. Like, oh man. But then I came back after it. That's the drama of the stream. That's what works. That's what makes it entertaining. Not, oh, I joined with a guy, and the guy literally held my hand as we ran through the whole thing, and he saved my ass several times and gave me a bunch of loot to take home. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's even not really the spirit of the game, right? So, right now, what are my feelings? Casually playing with this guy in Arc Raiders is fun, but I don't want to do it nonstop. Like, maybe every once in a while we would do it, but I don't think that we're going to be doing it all the time. Like tomorrow, if the guy wants to do a drop or whatever, maybe I'll do one, but I don't want to have the whole stream be that. You know what I'm saying? And in regards to this, again, the thing that's kind of the red flag, why did he show up on Friday and challenge me to Street Fighter 6? That's just so bizarre that would happen. This guy's not a fighting game player. He doesn't even have the game installed, right? And all of a sudden he wants to challenge me to a set in Street Fighter 6. You know what's going to happen if I play him in Street Fighter 6? I'm going to destroy him. I'm literally going to demolish the guy. He probably won't win a round. Seriously. So I don't even understand. Like, where did that come from? You know? So what do you guys think? Here, I would love feedback. You guys know better than me. What do you guys know about Repsian? Do you think he's trustworthy to do co-op with? Do you think he's actually laying out a ginormous master plan behind the scenes to snake me? What do you think? Because here's the truth. Everyone's going to send Repsian clips of this discussion right now. He's going to be well aware that we just had it publicly. So it's on him now to figure out what he wants to do. And quite frankly, if he had any underlying, purpose to wanting to do co-op, it's been destroyed. Like I already said, I'm not going to be doing an interview. I'm not going to be giving the guy insider info about my life. It's not going to pan out to be anything that's that kind of content for him. So if he was even thinking about doing that, that hope has already been dashed, right? So let's see what happens, I guess. Again, I don't talk to him, so I have absolutely no clue if this guy would be interested in showing up again tomorrow to do more or whatever or not. So I guess we'll have to see, right? Okay. See, everyone has a different opinion. Some people are saying, yes, the guy's outright trying to snake you, and he's trying to mess with you. Some people are saying, no, this guy maybe just actually is a fan of yours, and he just wanted to do some co-op with you. And others are like, maybe it's somewhere in between, where he is hoping that eventually he can get something out of it, but we don't think that it's malicious intent. So, there you go. Ultimately, there's only one person who can actually answer these questions, and his name's is Repsian. And I'm sure that he can answer it for himself. Like, the truth is, I don't even want to have him come on my stream and answer the question. I don't care. But I've made my case that, like, I'm not going to be doing drama content. I'm not going to be doing an interview. Like, that's not happening. So I'm here making my own gameplay content. And if the guy does show up and he wants to do a drop or whatever, I'm okay with it. If he actually shows up for Street Fighter 6 on Friday, he's like, hey, I downloaded the game and I want to do a set with you. Yeah, I'll play him a set quick. I'll probably wipe the floor with him. It's Street Fighter. You know, I've been playing it nonstop since I was a kid. I'm probably going to destroy the poor guy. But I'm not going to make every art creator stream all about him, because then the content, I feel, will be negatively affected. And at the same time, I haven't seen any giant positive impact from co-op with the guy anyway, besides me learning more about the game, which is cool. But it's not like, oh, Phil, did you see the giant popularity boost you got because you collabed with Repsian? No, I haven't. So I don't really think there is one. I think it's just something fun to do, right? Is that fair enough? Does that make sense? I just wanted to get this out there because people have been talking about this. And they've been, you know, bringing it up, and I'm like, I don't know anything. Like, I literally don't know anything. And I'm not part of it. So... okay. All right. So let's go a couple quick. What's up, Game Boy? How you doing? I know Game Boy's been trying to say hi to me all morning, and I've been talking and busy on the podcast. So, all right. Let's do some shout outs, shall we? We got some shout outs to get through. Let's do some open Q&A. Let's chill. Let's have a good time for the rest of the show, shall we? Okay. So we have Fish Tank Big Boss, who did a $2 super chat. Food review streams, glorious return of Lego stream.
He was singing the praises of Breaking Banquet and Red Dale, and for good reason. They both make great content. Big ups. But then he's two-faced as shit and a hypocrite, because you're quick to damn your own detractors, trolls, haters, critics, but you'll big up other people's. And didn't he just call his own detractors didn't he just call us criminals and shit like the day before, some bullshit? But now you're cool with bigging up these other criminals, allegedly, according to DSP's logic. You're okay with, I need to probably bring that segment back, but you're okay with bigging up another group of criminals because they're not bothering you. They're actually beneficial to you. So has Duty allegedly not given you enough money, and that's why he's not useful? What's the situation? Does that being said need to start a collection pot or a collections plate for you or some bullshit? So then, you know, some respect is thrown our way. Like, what is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? If it's all bad, then it's all bad. You don't get to pick and choose, asshole. Just because DSP wants to push this narrative about and try to rewrite the situation with SOK doesn't mean that you get to play that bullshit the way they want. And then here's the thing that I want to point out, because I think it's not interesting, but I think I need to say it at the very least. It's very clear that DSP thinks he can covet some type of control, or he can covet some type of goodwill amongst LTG trolls and Wings trolls. That's literally what he's trying to do, and he's been doing it. Thinking that they'll fight his battles for him, or he can use them to push his respected lolcows over to him, and then he could probably mold them and manipulate them into going after his own detractors later. Now that's not going to happen, because a Wings troll has no reason to go at a DSP troll. Neither does a fucking LowTierGod troll have any reason to go after a DSP troll or a Wings troll. That's not how this works. And you're not going to master manipulate anything about anything. And they're not your personal fucking army. They're not going to do the heavy lifting for you. Red Dale gets under fucking LTG's skin. A lot of his trolls do. But they're not going to do anything to try to swing the pendulum in your favor. It's not going to work. And the Wings trolls know what's up. They been know what's up with you. You know what I'm saying? Lummox read you from a mile away. He may not tell you that because he doesn't have a reason to, but Lummox and Breaking Banquet read your ass from a mile away. So they're never going to really take you seriously. You're just content. You're not a person. You're not an entertainer. You're not a streamer. You're not a content creator. You are content. That's all you are. You're the monkey at the fucking zoo that drinks its own piss and flings its own feces while also sniffing it. End of story. You have no value. You're not a person. End of story. So DSP doing this is just, if anything, he's opening himself up for other people to come in and troll him later. You could literally have a whole new wave of people that come in and be like, shit, we can get a piece of all this, you know what I'm saying? And whatnot. And DSP is a perfect stepping stone. He's the perfect gateway lolcow to make all this shit happen. On top of whenever LowTierGod decides to respond, which by now, like I said, I'm recording this on the 16th. I'm pretty sure he has. I just haven't seen it yet. And then what does Wings have to say about any of this if he says anything? And if Wings plays his cards right and the circle closes, DSP's done. In that, not only are you never going to get in bed with either one of these guys, DSP, because it's kind of gay. You're never going to get in bed with either one of these guys. But you're giving them even more reason to not take you seriously. You're not above anything. So go back to your little island and shit. Keep hoping and praying that fucking Asmongold will do an interview, will do a podcast, and you'll be on it, but he probably won't. And if he does, there's no point in bringing you in there because you have nothing to offer. And if you're lucky, you better just go ahead and play ball with Repsion, which is another ironic thing too. You keep telling Wings and fucking LowTierGod to play ball with you. You keep telling them that, hey, they need to play the game. But you're not playing the game with Repsion, literally and figuratively. So who are you to talk about anything?
In summary, okay, after having watched that, hold on, get everything down here. I get some music going too. All right. So, in summary, after having watched that whole thing, first of all, that was probably the craziest thing to react to. That was a detractor. Well, first it was Wings. Then it was a detractor making a video about what Wings did on that particular stream. Then it was LTG reacting to the detractor video about Wings, but then a detractor made a detractor video about LTG watching that. And then I watched that. So now what's going to happen is my detractors are going to make detractor videos about me reacting to that. And then probably both Wings and LTG will react to that. So this is going to be an endless loop. Okay? It will be. Like, it's going to keep going. It's not going to end or anything. It's gonna... But that's like what YouTube has become. Like, hold on, it's too loud. The YouTube content, there we go. The YouTube content has just become this endless loop of people reacting to what other people said. And everyone does it. Like, literally, no exaggeration, every single person now does this content. Okay? I basically don't, right? I stay away from it for 99% of the time. Reason being, you know, I think people say that my space is the game space. My place to focus is on, you know, opinions on playing the game or whatever. And people like that from me. For 2 years, I did a react show where I reacted to all kinds of stuff. Some of it was drama like that. Some of it was just general stuff. Okay? And I wanted to give it a go today. I saw this opportunity with this very, very unique situation with this particular video that came out. And I wanted to see what would happen. And it's interesting what I'm seeing. And by the way, I'm not done. We're still going to interact. We've still got a while to hang out here. But in general, here's what I saw. Pretty much the entirety of the kick chat, okay, basically is trolls. Very few people were being positive about it. I wish they were. I wish there were more people there that were positive, but there's just not a lot of positive people in the kick chat these days. There's a few, but not a ton. So anyway, yeah, I want to do something different. I wanted to see how it went. By the way, exactly the things that I knew would happen happened. For example, apparently during this stream, LTG leaked more DMs. You know, like every single time he's done that ever, and he still does it and acts like it has anything to do with anything or any impact. Yeah, of course he leaked DMs that I sent him, because that's all he ever does. So now when I send him things, it's intentional, because I know that he's going to leak them. It's like, he's done it a million times. Why wouldn't he do it again? It's inevitable that he will. He thinks that this is some kind of a gotcha or something. Dude, every single time I message you, it's because I know you're going to tell everyone what I said. So congrats. Like, ooh, you really got me now, bro. Ooh, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm just curious what everyone thought. All right. What are your thoughts on the whole situation of people who have these detractors who make these videos on them, including me, the way that they're portrayed, the situations that they find themselves in? Okay. This is idiot. Really? I really want to know everyone's take on this. Was that something that anyone got enjoyment or anything out of? Would you like to see me ever do more of that kind of stuff? Or you're like, nah, that wasn't very good. that was kind of, you know, it didn't really go anywhere. Didn't like it. I want to know. I want honest feedback from people like me, from that are, you know, regulars of my content, for people who maybe aren't. All right, I want to hear what you think. I want to thank those who were here for the whole thing, people who supported it. Thank you. Different effort. And by the way, like I said, I basically tried to do insight that wasn't outright insulting, that was trying to give my honest opinions, but at the same time, maybe bringing up points that people don't rationally bring up. Like, the thing is, when the detractors say certain things about Wings or LTG, they're maybe not wrong, but the ways that they do them, it makes it more of a joke than something to be analyzed as serious. Like, I think some people just like to make fun of the fact that Wings is sitting there eating all day on stream. But the truth is, the guy's eating himself to death. And if someone actually doesn't intervene, he could come to a bad end, which is terrible. I don't think anyone wishes that upon Wings, do we? I certainly don't. I mean, that's awful. I want the guy to do better. But no one ever says that. Instead, it's, oh, make fun of the guy, point at him, and, you know, laugh at him like the clown he is, and then make videos on him and monetize it. I think that's messed up. I do. All right? Now, there's nothing you can do to stop it. That's the system that YouTube has right now. But I really do feel that more rational thought is needed. Because, like, some people are saying, well, what did you do right now? How was that any better than what Kino Casino does? Well, let's see. Did I outright eviscerate the people? Did I say that I'm better than either of them? Did I call them horrendous names? Did I, you know what I'm saying? Did I say awful, slanderous things about either one of them? Did I literally make up anything that I said during that commentary? That was factual observation. It was I feel like I was trying to be as level-headed as I could be in what I was saying. Maybe a few things I misspoke and I was misinformed on. That's okay. That happens. We're not all perfect. But certainly, I feel like I tried my best to make the content stand out, to be meaningful, that people could watch that and be like, oh, well, I didn't know that that video existed. I didn't know about LTG and Wings in that way. I just hear negative things about them. Well, here's a perspective of someone who's kind of from in that wheelhouse of being a lol cow who's harassed constantly. And here's my take on that kind of a situation. Okay?
Anywho. That's my thoughts on that. Yet again, if anybody has the marked one stream, does he? I don't think he deleted it. Maybe it just got taken down. It's privated. If anybody has a link to it or whatnot, man, I'd appreciate it. Or if anybody at least has the clip of whatever happened during that segment, you know what I'm saying? If you wouldn't mind shooting it to me or sending me a link or whatever, I'd very much appreciate it. You should be able to put links in the comments now I think about it, hopefully. But or whatever. Just if anybody just knows what the video's called, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I appreciate it. So I'll do with that. And I'm gonna play catch up on some of this bullshit, and we'll see what LTG has to say. We'll see what Wings has to say, and then we'll see what DSP's response is. To be honest, but the reality is this was a poorly thought out reactionary fucking move, because everything else is going on in DSP's life that he can't control. And so he punches down, which is ironic because he accuses people like me of punching down on him. Which is funny because I'm far smaller than him from a channel standpoint, if you will, but far bigger than him as a man. So you can ask Panda and Cat about that. But anyway, it's funny how he accuses people like myself of punching down on him, but yet he thought he could punch down on Wings and fucking LTG. And you thought you were too big to fucking game with Repsion? Because what? He doesn't stream. He has 200 hours in on Arc Raiders and he doesn't stream it? Not everybody streams every game that they enjoy playing, Phil. But that right there exposed Phil too, actually. Let me bring that up in closing. It's funny how DSP was almost mind-fucked when Repsion told him that. He's like, yeah, no, because DSP, and this is how DSP was probing his ass too. No pun intended. If you know anything about Repsion, you know what I'm talking about. But on top of that OnlyFans thing he was doing. But anyway, it's funny how he asked Repsion, you know, hey, how well does this game do on your streams? He's like, oh, I don't stream this game. I play this for fun. I play it on my own time. He's like, wait, what? Huh? And then I think the next day, DSP's like, I don't understand. This is supposed to be one of the biggest games out. He has such a large platform and everything, and he's not streaming it. He's not doing this for money. He seemed befuddled. Like he damn near fucking needed an auto restart, if you will, at the mere utterance of, wait, you have this large channel, but you're not streaming games and you're not streaming a really popular game? Yeah, that's what real gamers do.
Push forward.
There you go. Should be fine.
And then when you jump, just make When you jump this, press the jump button and you'll grab.
Okay. Look at that. Try again. Nice.
There you go. Look at
Nicely done.
that.
Oh yeah, gun case. Cool.
That's all yours.
Thank you. I wonder
Yeah,
what
so
the hell's in
every
here.
time on this match, just something always spawns here every single time.
Another renegade. I actually don't need it. I have a renegade, but if you don't need it, I guess I'll take it.
All right, keep it. Keep it. I'm rich in this game. I got 25 mil already.
Damn. This good for content for you? Like, do your streams do well in this?
No, I don't stream this game.
Oh, you don't stream this? Really?
Now, if we go over here, we'll go to medical. Also, these things also get really good loot sometimes. A lot of people, watch out.
Fine, since the whole chat's egging me on, I'll give it a shot. So, I accept his request, or I sent him a request, whatever it is. We got on each other's friends list. He then goes, oh, by the way, he's on mic. He goes, oh, I played this like over 200 hours. I'm really, really good at it. I have like insane amounts of extra loot and stuff and money. And I'm like, so why does this guy want to play with me? I've played the game around 20 hours at that point, right? I'm just a casual player. I play it twice a week. I'm not some hardcore player. And I even asked him during the stream, I was like, dude, you must do well streaming this then. If you played it that much. He goes, oh, no, I don't stream this game. You played over 200 hours of Arc Raiders. You didn't stream any of it. And he goes, no, I have a job offline. I don't actually, like, streaming's not my full-time thing anymore. Oh, well, that's shocking to hear. If you were a popular YouTuber, prominent or whatever, right? And now you decided, I guess you want to have an offline life. I guess that's cool, you know? But I love what I do. That's why I'm going to try to do it as long as I possibly can as my job. So, anyway.
They don't have to post everything online. They don't have to try to monetize every little fucking thing that they do. You know what I'm saying? Pathetic little whores who've been doing this for 17 years are in and are arguably worse off than they were when they first started to do dumb shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I'm not a Repsion fan or anything, so I'm not defending him. But I get where he was coming from, and I'm kind of amused on how fucking befuddled DSP was. So there's that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there's some certain segments that I will try to insert in here to kind of bring the story together, if you will. And I'll see you guys for part 2 and whatnot. Because like I said, DSP's definitely going to be streaming today or whatnot. Don't know if he's doing a Bottom Bitch podcast or not. It's Friday. I would assume he will. And we'll see what's what. I thought he said that he was wanting to play Arc Raiders Thursday and Friday. Friday being today. Obviously, he didn't do it yesterday. So is he going to do Arc Raiders and Friday Night Fights, or is he just going to do Arc Raiders? Did he reach out to Repsion after the reaction shit fell apart, and he's going to see now he can do a collab with him because he doesn't have any other prospects or choices? We'll see. But that's my overall thoughts on that. Just a really poorly thought out move. Honestly, he fell for a trap that was set up kind of by accident. But DSP is one of those people who can't say no to a free lunch. So he legitimately can't say no to a free lunch. So I'm not surprised this shit played out the way it did. To be honest, you would think at this age and given the troll game that the way it is, DSP would know better, but apparently he didn't. So whatever. But anyway, all right, people, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. That's just my thoughts on the situation as of now. I'll follow up with after I see the LTG response, because I see that a couple people actually LTG guys have it. Actually, give me a second. Let's go ahead and say some names here. A guy who's been on the channel before, actually, or his content has, I should say, Chicken Legs, big ups to Chicken Legs. I don't smell no chicken cooking. I see that he has a video up on it. Low tier Dexter has a video up. Low tier Treats has a video up. Interestingly enough, actually, give me just a second, just really fast. Okay, had to take a minute. Sorry about that. But okay, I'm back. So LG, who DSP has name dropped before, he's a LowTierGod troll as well, and a respected one. He hasn't put out a video on this yet. Interestingly enough, Red Dale, who DSP was reacting to, I can't find Red Dale's video that DSP was reacting to. Matter of fact, his channel's still there, so we know that Red Dale isn't down. But it seems like LowTierGod ain't sat there and gone on another flagging spree and Red Dale took a couple of hits. I assume the videos will be back up in a couple of days, but there's some videos missing. I know that for sure because here, let me read some titles to you. Let's see, because some of the videos that I have in the clip, I dare you to sue me, Dale. That was from January 4th. These are my views, Dale. You can't have them. That's from January 6th. Where's the lawyers, Dale? That's from January 7th. Dale, you think you can get more views than me? That's January 8th, and I have a few others. Those are currently not up on his channel, so I'm assuming that LowTierGod tried to strike those. So I'm sure those will be back up in a few days. Red Dale's pretty resilient. So we'll see what's up with that. So that's a whole nother side story we can go on. I'll try to fill you guys in with that when we get into the next video. Like I said, man, this has been, I'll name the segment later, GTG Spits That Grease, Pulled Pork. Big ups to Kenneth. And like I said, if you guys have a name that you guys would like to, that might make it into one of these, leave it down in the comment section below. I very much appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys for the next one of these. Take care of yourselves, people, and you know the rules. Don't be a dent. You know the rules. Do not be a fucking dent. It doesn't work out. So, and I'll look into that Kino Casino thing because that was like 5 hours. So that had to be good work. So let me see what's going on with that, and we'll make of that what we will. Take care of yourselves, people. Later.